why is it okay now? It said it was forbidden and now it's fine. Okay. Hi, welcome back to Jolty Place. I tried to start my video and it told me it was forbidden and I didn't change anything, but now it says it's fine. I don't know. I broke it. Ready to head on up? Next stop, the 10th level. Okay.
So this is one of Preservation's laboratories.
It's so dark I can barely see.
Just a moment. If I can reroute the power to the circuit.
You got the lights working!
Galul Jaw is so cute. He's cute.
Smell how stale the air is. This room hasn't been in use for many years.
It was thanks to Kryle and Galulja that we managed to locate this place.
You may remember that my earring contained the control code for the gate to the Golden City. As it was Preservation that constructed the portal, we reasoned that the code to operate it might include a signature of some sort, unique to their organization.
So I took a closer look, and a line-by-line examination yielded a string of symbols identifying the code's author. We then began accessing the nodes for every door in Everkeep, seeking out control codes which contained those same symbols. After a grueling search, we finally discovered our prize behind door number 1860, the entrance to the facility in which we now stand. I'd probably still be at it if Galulja hadn't been around to assist me.
I took breaks, but Shale never stopped working. Not even once.
You're a treasure shale. Sounds like you need one of Gnold's energy tonics. You're a treasure.
I can contribute precious little else, I'm afraid, but I appreciate your kind words. In any case, this next part will require your helping hands.
We need to spread out and search for something that may lead us to Calyx. We're more than happy to help, of course, but I wonder, won't he realize we've found this place?
It's highly likely, and personally I hope he does.
Honey, are you saying hi? You're so cute. I know, he's now got an owie on the other side of his head, but the one's almost completely healed, so... Hello, Sovereign. Ow! You're digging your claws into my foot, sir. Yeah, he's trying to make biscuits on my foot. You all know our main objective. We're here to pick up Calyx's trail. Ow! And I've learned of a certain device that should help us do just that. I'll explain how as we proceed, but according to the information I was able to dredge up, the device in question should have been installed in the director's office. Ow, that's my toeser! Well, he's got his paw curved around my big toe, and he's like digging his claws in because he's a happy boy. Ow. Well, meow? Can't you, work some electro magic? What? What's this for?
Some type of milk if you want it.
Where'd you get it from?
The person you always get it from. Got a lot of them, and I only took one. I don't know if you'll like it.
I mean, it is low-fat 1% milk.
She's gonna get a few tonight.
Oh,
I mean,
Dina
I could
King.
use it for cooking. I could always use it.
Yeah, you could use it for cooking. I drink whole milk. I don't drink 1%. Not to mention it's not refrigerated. Meow. I'll try my best, but this type of lock is well before my time. It may take a while to crack it. And in case I can't, you might want to look around and see if anyone left a security card behind. Hi. And scratched. Yeah. Considering the state of the place, it does seem like they abandoned it in some haste. I shouldn't be surprised if we found one. Very well, let's get to searching, shall we? At least with Kevin watching, I can tell if, he can tell me if he can't hear me anymore. I expect we'll have the most luck looking where the researchers kept their personal belongings. Begin searching containment complex 10 through 29. Close cooperation will be necessary to overcome the obstacles barring your path forward. Helpful hints will appear in a different color. Pay close attention to the information provided by your comrades should you find yourself unable to proceed. Oh, okay. And they said something about personal belongings. So I'm gonna say lockers of some sort. I mean, a desk organizer would make sense. Small shelving unit holds some office supplies and little else of note. Paperwork is personal. Few documents sit in the untidy stack atop the desk. You find no security cards hidden among them. A desk drawer would be personal. This appears to be the only desk with the drawers already open. You can tell at a glance that the desk's former owner has left some things behind. Yes. You discover a card-shaped object. The electrode surface is marked with a bold level 1. Oh, could that be what we're looking for? Try it in the door and see if it opens. Well, considering everything else stopped shining, I'm going to say probably. Scanning device, the card-shaped object you hold looks to be of a similar size to the scanner panel. You hold the card-shaped object up to the scanner. Yay, it worked! It's open, you did it, Jolty on. And a good thing too, I was getting nowhere with that outdated circuit. I'm curious though, why would they abandon a facility like this? It was run by a director Demetrius, or so that terminal there told me. Perhaps there are more answers to be had once we venture further inside. Then let's continue onwards. The door to the director's office is across the central hub. That is weird that it was abandoned like that. I'm tempted to go over here. I mean, they don't usually have treasure chests in non... Oh, there's something over here. Data tablet? Appears to be a researcher's personal data tablet. Skim through the entries. Today I began my employment at Preservation. The organization was unfamiliar to me, but when the recruitment letter arrived, I had a gut feeling that this would be far more fulfilling than any orthodox medical practice. My instincts were correct. Master Calix's philosophy is the refined ideal of notions Meow? Why does it keep cutting out like that? I haven't moved the cord at all. Anyway, our Milala colleagues, including the Protolab chief, have been behaving in a decidedly suspicious manner of late. Should I report my concerns to the director? From tomorrow, I have been assigned to assist with a research project in the Deutero lab. We are scheduled to conduct a major experiment, the details of which I have been kept ignorant. It would seem prudent to back up my memory data. I've reached the end of the journal entries. Interesting. So at some point, the Lalafels that were with them started behaving differently. I'm guessing not agreeing with their ideals.
We got a group message from Zoe, or the baby, if you want to check it out. I don't know if
When did that appear? Because I looked earlier and I didn't have any new notifications. I'll look in a bit. Hold the level 1 security card up. Scanner beeps in disapproval. No good? Maybe we need a different card. Yes, the scanner is demanding a level 3 security clearance to open the lock.
babe.
What?
This is her first toy she ever picked out on her own. And they wanted to show
A Pokemon! The first toy she ever picks out on her own and it ends up being Pokemon related. That's great. Grandma's influence. As much as the delay chafes me, we'll just have to comb through the nearby rooms and hope we stumble upon the card we need. Let's start our search in the proto lab. That door is already open at least. Okay, I have to get a better look at this picture. It's a little Pokeball belt set, complete with the Pikachu that goes in the ball. That's great.
She picked it out and she's like, I like Pikachu.
The first toy my granddaughter ever picks out ends up being a little Pokeball belt set that comes with a miniature Pikachu that goes inside one of the balls. We will find a way through together, Shale, I'm sure of it. That's just so funny. I mean, when she was a baby, I mean, I call her my little Eevee. And when she was a baby, I actually bought her a little stuffed Eevee. The way this room is set up. The canister inserted into that large device looks to be a soul cell. Could this be where they conducted their experiments to create Endless? But we could probably spend days investigating this complex. Finding a way into the director's office must take precedence. Speaking of which, Ghouljaw mentioned a locker over in the corner that he couldn't open. Perhaps you could take a look. A locker? I didn't see a locker when I came in here before. Oh, it's over by the data tablet. The locker door is shut tight, but the number pad suggests that inputting the correct combination will open it. You have yet to uncover any potential combinations. Perhaps speaking with your comrades will help progress your investigation. Okay. These notes seem to be about the research they did in here. Let's take a look. Experiment 148. Submitting inference candidate 201930. To be considered for efficiency procedure review. 201930. There's too many numbers. I need to like write these down unless they let me choose. 158, maximum value of 11509 recorded. Comparative study to be included in the report. Alrighty then. Oh, and one more. Experiment 163. New proposal produced a result of 9834. Decreased value verified. 9834. That's a 4-digit number. It's probably that one. Well, the other ones have too many numbers. 9834. Well, I have no idea what any of that means. Maybe it will make sense later on. What was it? 9830? The number of keys on the pad to input combination. Enter up to 5 digits. 5? I don't remember any of the numbers. I know 9830, but that's less than 5 numbers. 9, 8, 3, 0. So I need 5 numbers? Did she have 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. That okay, that's 6. 11509. 11509. 11509. 11509. 11509. No! One, 509. Yeah! Jolty, you got the locker open. I only had to talk to Luke Lamat. You found another security card. Oh, but does that say level 2? We need a level 3, didn't we? Yes, but it should still open more doors for us to explore. You did well, Jolteon. Yeah, they made me remember numbers. I don't do well with numbers. These preservation members led such surprisingly normal lives. Leaving notes, losing their cards. I guess I imagined they'd be more, what's the word? Bloodless? Mechanical? My parents were once part of preservation, if you'll recall. It would seem the researchers who agreed with Calyx and his philosophy underwent the conversion to endless entities. But I assume those who could not or would not eventually left the organization altogether. Oh, I almost forgot. The researchers kept journals in their data tablets. The one I read doesn't explain much, but something big happened in the complex. And afterwards, it was decided that everyone would become endless. The writer was really happy about this. You can tell how much they admired Calyx and his work. The entries ended after that, but maybe you can read more in the other tablet there. Right, let's move this investigation to another room. Well, we have our Deutero lab and the maintenance facilities left to search. Both are accessed via the southeast corridor. So it's back to the hub and the locked door across the way, which will hopefully yield before our new security card. I'll take the old one if you like. I doubt we'll have any more use for it. Okay. I wonder if he's talking about that data tablet, but I already read that data tablet. What? What? Meow? Kevin with the woof. A scanning device, it awaits silently for a security card with the appropriate level of clearance. Are you even doing this, Kevin, or am I doing this alone? And you're just listening to me babble on? Oh, okay. I thought you were just dilly-dallying. I didn't know you already unlocked it. Yes, it opened. So where should we go first? The Deutero lab or facilities? Let's start with the lab. Okay. So I guess there's probably gonna be something else in here that I need to do. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I can read. Dilly-dally, shilly-shally. Final Fantasy VII. Good game. Shale, there doesn't seem to be any power here. No, none at all. It's possible the energy supply for this room is on a separate conduit, which means there should be a contingency for opening the door. Look here, there's a sign above the card scanner. In case of emergency, backup power can be rerouted from facilities. Oh no, I'm gonna have to do a puzzle. The facilities room is down the other branch of this corridor. Let's see about getting the power restored to the Deutero lab, shall we? Okay. Told you they were gonna make me come in here. It's probably gonna involve pushing these pedestals in a certain order to get them to turn on. Just a guess. Engaging power supply. No good. It's returning an error. There must be a preliminary procedure. According to this error code reference, if the power supply has been interrupted for an extended period of time, then we need to reconfigure both the emergency generator and the circuit control panels. Shale, that's the emergency generator over there, isn't it? It kind of looks like a PS3. It looks like 4 PS3s stuck together. Tell me, Kevin, tell me that doesn't look like a PS3. Flipped sideways. I mean, is it PS2? Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I forgot my PS3's down there. Yeah, you're right. It is a PS2. But it was a PS something rather, okay? It was a PS. Yes, and by the looks of it, it's the same model as the one used in Heritage Found. But how does it send power to the other lab? Ah, I see. You hit the power button! The energy cable attached to the base of this terminal leads down the hall directly to the Deutero lab. Which means we need a way to connect the generator to that cable. What about these patterns on the floor? Could this be the circuit we need to reconfigure? Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to turn those so that all of them connect to each other, I bet. And maybe the, one of them probably has to touch the, thing down there at the bottom, maybe, to make the connection? What about these patterns? Configure. I believe you have the right of it. Using the control panel set into each of the tiles, we create an unbroken path for the power to flow. What I wouldn't give for an instructional manual. Indeed, if you could look around for any written procedures, I'll keep digging through the terminal's directories. Might I also ask someone to operate the generator? I can do it. I've used that type of machine before. Then would you be willing to try and reconfigure the circuit path, Jolteon? The rest of us can help by supplying Jolteon with whatever information might be found on the circuitry configuration. I mean... Triangle? Okay. Okay. So if I set this to circle... Okay, it's already set to circle. So we set this to triangle. That connects there. Okay, 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 okay. Jolty's cooking now. Jolty's cooking. Jolty's cooking. We're gonna make this circle? Yeah! And then we'll make this one square. And we'll change this one to diamond. Wait, no, that doesn't work. Wait. This... I mean, technically this one doesn't need to... So should we make this into triangle, make this into diamond? Yeah, I did it! Ah! Smart, Jolty! No, Jolty was just looking at the way the things were shaped and trying to connect them all. An ADHD brain at work. Well, and one of the perks of being ADHD is supposedly you can solve puzzles faster than some people. Take my husband, for example. He's not ADHD. He'll spend 3 hours on a puzzle on Resident Evil. Give it to me and I'll solve it in like 5 minutes. Well, at one point, it was like we figured out, like years later, after he had solved, I think it was Resident Evil 4. It was a puzzle where, like, it takes one piece out and you're supposed to move them around to make the picture. We found out later, after you could, like, Google this stuff, that you literally just had to move all the pieces around the edge, like, one time, and it would have made the picture complete. And he, like, mixed them all up, and then I had to fix them. He actually made it more complicated than he needed to. And then my son did the same daggone thing. Same puzzle, only he was using an RV set to play the game. It's the same exact puzzle. He's like, Mom, I can't figure this out. Can you figure it out? He handed it to me, and he'd done the same thing his dad had and mixed them all up. It's like, did you know that you literally just have to move them one square, like either to the left or right, and it would have finished the picture? He's like, oh, no, I didn't know that. I was like, both you and your dad think alike. The thing is my son is ADHD. I was like, oh my god. I guess, he's trying his best. He did the same thing his dad did. It worked! We did it, Jolty. The Deutero lab should now be fully powered. Well done, everyone. If I may, Shale, could we access a certain data log before moving on? I was checking the storage shelves, and one of the labels caught my eye. Preservation, the early days is the title. Of course, it'll only take a moment to bring up the contents. Oh, my eyeball itches. Looks to be a text-based account. I'll read it out. Preservation, an Alexandrian Institute for Technological Development, was founded by Calix, an 11-year-old child prodigy. Approval for establishing the organization came during Alexandria's involvement in the storm surge, with Calix's designs for new defensive solutions funded in large part by the Treasury. As the conflict grew in intensity and casualties mounted, Calix funneled Preservation's resources towards the perfection of memory storage. Research into this field continued even after the storm surge came to an end, with Calix eventually electing to preserve his own memories in a virtual domain. So this account is from before he embraced his endless existence, hundreds of years ago. I met him only once before the storm surge began. I was attending my father, who was then the reigning king of Alexandria. Calix could not have been more than 10 years of age and required constant treatment for his debilitating illness. Yet still he published theories so highly regarded that even the royal family was aware of his achievements. Life should not be lost to the injustice of death. Even now I can hear the single-minded will behind his words. So it was that when war came to our kingdom, my father was quick to commit his unwavering support to this somber youth and his proposals for preservation. Several years later, the ensuing violence brought the death of both my parents. Overwhelmed as I was by my sudden succession to the throne, I suspect they spared me the reports on endless research and other less urgent matters. So you had no way of knowing what kind of person Calix was changing into. Did he change? I wonder. Perhaps he has ever been the type to value ideals over compassion, and I failed to see it at the time. Or perhaps he did change, but is still driven by those same deeply held beliefs, that mortality is cruel and unjust, and his role is to deliver mankind from this fate. Whatever the case may be, we cannot allow him to shape our future. Let's press on, shall we? We're gonna have to, like, disconnect him from the servers or something, right? If I've done my job correctly, the door to the Deutero lab should be accessible now. I'll give everything a once-over just to be sure. And it sounds like we're gonna have to do something similar to Queen Sphene and, like, destroy her from inside the computer so that the computer wipes out the information that has his information stored into it. The energy current seems stable enough. Still, you should let me handle this one. The security card, if you please. Oh, and a quick prayer that a shorted wire doesn't burn me from the inside out. Okay. Tacos! I had tacos as a reward option. And the thing with these tacos is they look like they're soft shell tacos. I prefer soft shell tacos over crispy. And the crispy ones always end up cutting the roof of my mouth. Yes, because you're chewing them wrong. How do you chew tacos wrong? I always bite it sideways. It still ends up cutting my mouth. So I always... I mean, you could crunch it up into like a little taco salad. But even then, you still end up with the crunchy shards. I'll get this door open. Why do those kind of look like gacha machines from here? Phew, smooth as silk. Let's head inside and see what awaits. And from here, it literally looks like a gacha crane game type thing. Gods above, isn't that... That's a chalice. The key. The key to interdimensional fusion. That looks to be a schematic on the monitor. And they've used it to make another key. But isn't it missing the shard inside like the one Jolteon has? Ah, we may have been laboring under a misconception. The key was originally a Milala relic. Once this treasure came into its possession, preservation began working to harness the power to cross dimensions. Aside from the crystal, we can see that all the vessel's components were constructed here. So what might that tell us? The crystal itself is the key. This is just the device they made to control it. The crystal itself is the key. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. It is as my parents explained. The key remains shrouded in mystery. Preservation augmented it with electrope, but never grasped the technology's underlying principles. To this day, not a single person understands the mechanics of interdimensional fusion. Not who imbued the key with its power, not when they did so or why. Now it makes sense. Calyx can track the key because its vessel was made by preservation. I believe there is much we may learn in this room. On our next visit, I will have to enlist Ishtola's assistance for a thorough investigation. I too am curious about the great many things, but pinning down Calyx's whereabouts is our priority. Hopefully there is a security card here that grants access to the director's office. The research conducted in this lab appears to have been highly confidential in nature. Some of the personnel must have belonged to the organization's upper echelons, and that means higher security clearance. We should spread out and look for any cards they left behind. Remember, anything less than a level 3 is no good to us. Because I'm streaming it. Storage crate. Oh, they're 3D printers. Okay. They are. Okay, the cabinet drawer makes more sense. Find a security card on the cabinet drawer. Oh, did you just find a security card? Well, that's a stroke of luck. Let's have Shale examine it to be sure. That's hilarious. The first place I looked. Well, if it isn't exactly what we needed. Nice work, Jolty. Oh, a level 3. That should get us into the director's office. So what was it you were hoping to find in there again, Shale? You were saying that a certain device was going to help us. Right. I haven't properly explained myself, have I? I'm looking for a data relay. After we discovered the ostensibly abandoned complex, I performed a cursory investigation which detected a connection to an outside network. When I traced the data's routing, I confirmed traffic from a web of Everkeep's security cameras. Considering the way Calyx is always one step ahead of us, we must assume he's quietly seized control of the city's surveillance system and has been using it to monitor our activities. To monitor what you, as a keyholder, are planning. But since Calyx is the ultimate recipient of those transmissions, the flow of data is like a river that we can follow back to him. Which is why I need the data relay. If I can analyze the device and see where it's rerouting all this surveillance traffic, then you can pinpoint Calyx's position. That said, he has done nothing to impede our progress, which makes me think I might be on entirely the wrong track. Okay, bye, Max. Maybe the reason he isn't stopping us is because he can't. Back in the old castle, Calyx said he was measuring Jolteon's strength. What can he possibly dream up that's stronger than her? Oh, speaking of cameras, there was another thing I meant to mention. I found evidence that someone deliberately disabled the surveillance feed in this room. The most recent recording was also crudely deleted. I was able to restore the data, though, if you'd like to see it. I'll start the show then. You'll bring the popcorn? Okay. Sav's got the popcorn.
you really planning to leave?
Yes. The idea of eternal life. It's begun to frighten me. I struggle to renounce our conventional wisdom. Death is the means by which life prunes its branches, leaving the trunk to grow strong and tall. We die so that our species may flourish. What would become of mankind were we to halt that process? If unending stagnation is the fruit of our labor, then perhaps we strive for the wrong thing.
Your argument is a rejection of Master Calix's vision.
Look, it's Mystery Sasha. The one with the hair in his eyes. Sorry, don't mind me. I recently finally watched the K-pop Demon Hunters. I actually really like it. It's got some pretty good songs.
I suppose it is. Perhaps such dread would not plague me, were I capable of sharing his perspective on the subject. But I cannot. He and I are too different, in too many ways. I lack his extraordinary genius. I had no illness threatening to cut my life short, no singularity of will to cut away all distractions and focus solely upon research. I have nothing but respect for his determination. The way he overcame his prognosis and seized the means to transcend death itself. But I'm not convinced that this obsession with living is the right path. That's why I've decided to leave preservation and put all my effort towards building a legacy for the next generation to come. Surely you...
Oh dear.
Protocol, you understand. There can be no exceptions.
Damn. She only wanted to leave, and he executed her. I checked the images against the personnel data, and the man who pulled the trigger was Director Demetrius himself. Everything I could find on him pointed to a deep infatuation with Master Calix. The cameras in this room have been out of operation ever since that incident. Given that the recording was erased, I can only assume he was trying to conceal his grisly deed from the other researchers. I'm not surprised, given how my parents described their defection from the Institute. They spoke of rushing me through a portal, even as Preservation's agents closed in on them. I dared not ask what became of them after that, but if it turns out they were captured by their pursuers... I'm sure they managed to escape. They did not regret their actions. Right, the Echo. Knowing you saw them as they were, your words give me great comfort. Oh, Cryo. Worry not, Sveen. Thanks to the Haven of Living Memory, I was at least able to meet my parents and learn what they stood for. It is enough for me to carry on. Even now, we don't know how the conflict unfolded between your parents and preservation. But what we do know is that your mother and father cleverly expunged every last trace of their movements. They made sure no one could cross into the source or threaten their child's safety. Right, let's press on, shall we? This tale behind the key deserves a fitting conclusion. To the director's office! To the director's office! And wait silently for a security card with the appropriate level of clearance. You hold the level 3 security card up to the scanner. There we go. Let's head inside. Why is my arm so itchy? Now to find that data relay. And don't be shy, everyone. Speak up if anything odd catches your eye. Can you hear me? Is this still working? Yeah? Okay. I moved the cord, so I wanted to make sure you guys could still hear me. Jolty, come with me. I might have need of that security card. Whee! La 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 la. You okay over there, Sav? Damn, this terminal isn't connected to any outside networks, so it can't be the data relay I'm looking for. This office is also smaller than the map suggested. I'm positive we're in the right room. What am I missing? Sorry, Jolteon, could I ask you and the others to search the office for any clues to this infuriating puzzle? Maybe the room is smaller than it should be, therefore there's a secret room? Maybe the office shelves? And find a crumpled note wedged between the file binders. Secure room lift access requires passwords to be input simultaneously at terminals in the Protolab, the Deuterolab, and the director's office. Perhaps this discovery would be of interest to Shale. Again, I found exactly what I was looking for the first place I looked. But they're gonna let me search other places. Having lain dormant for years, the now active coffee maker has already entered a self-cleaning cycle. It appears to have no other purpose beyond brewing coffee. It remains to be seen when it will be able to do so once more. The coffee maker's gone into cleaning mode. Ow. Amongst... Boy, he really dug into my foot. He left claw marks on my toe. Yeah. Like I said, it was hurting when he was digging his claws in. Amongst other personal effects, you find what is presumably the director's data tablet. A closed locker stands next to the table. Examine the tablet. Pick up the data tablet and begin skimming through the contents. Daily reports. Nothing of note. Mystery of the key's activation condition remains unsolved. Key triggered an explosion today. Temporary interdimensional portal verified. Continue attempts to stabilize the core's energy reactions. 13 researchers sustained fatal injuries in the explosion. Memory faculties of 4 personnel sufficiently intact for endless conversion, remaining 9 designated for aether reclamation processing. Nothing of note. Rejected resignations of 2 Milala researchers. Major incident details and full report. Those 2 inept Milala broke with preservation and absconded with the key. Though the fugitives have since been caught and eliminated, we were too late to recover the relic. The only reason we retained our flesh was to serve Master Calyx as physical instruments to conduct his experiments. Deprived of the object of our research, our existence serves no further purpose. I dare not imagine the depths of his disappointment in me. The complex is to be shut down. All personnel will have their bodies reduced to aether, which will be allocated for further experimentation. Memory data will be archived. Any endless conversions will be subject to Master Calyx's discretion. If he does not deem us fit, then we are not deserving of eternal life. Shutdown protocols. All personnel have undergone processing. Once the shutdown protocols have been completed, I will proceed with my own corporeal dissolution. Easy! As long as the key remains in the physical world, we must keep this complex in pristine condition. Whether it be needed for experiments or otherwise, it must be ready to support future operations in whatever capacity Master Calyx requires. To that end, facility equipment will be maintained in stasis mode. Furthermore, a critical component for secure room access will be stored separately to defend against unauthorized entry. What about the locker? I can't check the locker now? I should have checked the locker first. It won't let me check the locker now. Collection of soul cells may have once belonged to the director. They appear to be empty. Oh. Now it'll let me open the locker. Door to the locker swings open easily. Oh god! Somebody's obsessed much. Contains nothing of note. You quietly shut the locker door. Okay. You found something? I found a couple things. Thank you. A misplaced note, was it? With instructions for accessing a secure room, no less. Seems we need to enter a password on 3 different terminals at the same time. There was no such room marked on the map, was there? No, a precautionary measure, no doubt. And if passwords are involved, I expect the access lift itself is concealed too. Concealed by electrope, you mean? Could it be that wall? I thought it seemed odd when I walked past. Remember what Kakiwa used to say, Shale? Never trust an electrope surface? Electrope isn't always what it appears to be. You can pass right through electrope. Oh, of course. Electrope is how you alter the look of all the Solution 9's floors and walls, isn't it? In which case, it shouldn't be too hard to disable. Another door. I've managed to deactivate the projection, but the lock is another story. Did that note lay out the password protocol? I say we go ahead and try it. I agree. 2 people should prepare the lab terminals for input while the rest of us look for passwords here in the office. I'll take the proto lab. I'll take the Deutero lab. Actually, it might be better if you stayed, Sveen. Your knowledge of Alexandria and its people could be needed here. Yes, you're right. If the passwords are hiding behind clues, that might be something I can help with. I can help too. I've lived my whole life in Alexandria after all. I will take Deutero lab duty then. We can keep in touch via communicator to match our timing. Jolteon, you shall have the honor of entering the office password. Okay. We've determined what we need to input. Take your place at this terminal. I'll stand by to guide Wooklamat and Kryl through the process. I mean, it's highly probable that the password is Calyx. You know, there was that display plate over there, the one with the gems. I thought since it was made of electrope, it might have some other purpose. But I couldn't find any switches or buttons to make it do anything. Maybe you can figure it out. Two jewels are embedded in this electrope plate. You identify the blue gem as a sapphire and the red gem as a garnet. It looks like there's supposed to be a third gem, like maybe an emerald? There also appears to be an empty slot for another jewel to fill. Huh. Like I said, it looks like the password might be Calyx. I need to find this other gem. All right, children. Joy. Oh dear. Hmm. Okay, where do I find the other gem? Not the only... I mean, I already read this. Again, the only thing I can think of is that it's... I looked for all the shinies. Should take a closer look at these reports. One of them might have hints to the password. I'm telling you, it's got to be Calyx. Searching the drawers with the books and found a cube puzzle made of electrope. It's probably just a toy, but maybe... Solve the puzzle. You got it. Maybe it'll have the other gem in it? See, if I move this bit, then connect the circuit to that one. There. Huh, there was something inside. Oh, it's a pretty green stone. I think it might be Alexandrite. They say these gems were so treasured in the past that they named the kingdom after them. Here, you should hold on to this one, just in case. That's the gem I need. I knew there had to be somewhere I got the gem. Oh. Okay. Jumps fit snugly into place almost immediately. Afterwards, the glowing lines of a diagram appear on the display, accompanied by a short phrase. A floor plan. As you continue studying the display, you realize that these shapes correspond to the rooms of the complex in which you now stand. This may be related to the passwords you were looking for. So, Alexandrite, garnet, glowing words appear to be handwritten. Yes, I knew that jewel would come in handy. Let me see. Heed the stones. This must be about the special meanings Alexandrians have for gems. It's an old belief, I think, where each type of gem means something different. I bet if you ask Sphinx, she could tell you more about it. After all, even her name comes from a gemstone. Okay, so Alexandrite, garnet, and what, sapphire? This slot contains a sapphire. Its place in the floor plan corresponds with the proto-lab. This slot contains an Alexandrite. Its place in the floor plan corresponds to the director's office. That's where we're at now. This slot contains a garnet. Its place in the floor plan corresponds to the Deutero lab. Yes, if you have questions, you need only ask. Well, I was taught that Alexandrite represents the concept of, so maybe the word protection? Are you thinking this has something to do with the passwords? A sapphire and garnet as well, you say? Yes, they all have meanings. Alexandrite, as I have said, is protection. Sapphire represents honesty, and garnet symbolizes devotion. So my password's protection, and then honesty and devotion? Try these words at the terminals and see if they're accepted. Certainly hope we're right. Okay. The proto-lab was the garnet, right? Okay, I hope I picked right. Yay! I picked the right words. I'm so glad it worked. That secure room is the only place we've yet to search. If the data relay is anywhere, it has to be there. We'll venture in as soon as Wiglamat and Kryl rejoin us. I was worried that I picked the wrong words for the wrong, like, I was supposed to, like, reverse them or something. Alright, everyone, time to board the lift and see what awaits us.
This terminal doesn't look special to me, but this is definitely what we're after?
It is, but whether or not it will suffice for our purposes is another question.
The Endless are created using the memories of the deceased. But as memories are, in essence, collections of data, the resultant entities have no physical form. These data entities, as we might call them, have only two methods for interacting with the material world. One of these we saw in Living Memory, where the Endless are granted temporary bodies through the use of corporeal ether. They become much like solid ghosts that one can see and touch. The other method, which Kafkiwa employed, is the remote operation of a machine. But where do you suppose the Endless are to be found when not inhabiting a physical body?
The Endless are memories, and if memories are data, then...
Computer? Inside Electrope somewhere? In a world formed of data?
We suspect they reside in a virtual domain, one contained entirely within an electrope-based machine. We've seen such a realm before, after all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean like the Alexandria made from the Endless Fiend's memories? It all seems so real.
So this virtual domain, it would also be housed within the Meso terminal.
But how? I thought we shut down all the terminals in living memory.
You did. And Kafkiwa's program performed just as she intended. The Meso terminal itself was deactivated, as evidenced by the failure of the device which was keeping Spheen's body in stasis. Be that as it may, we face a master of electrope engineering. That he managed to partition and protect the sector harboring his own memories is well within the bounds of possibility.
Cutscene. Yeah, I'm in a cutscene. Maybe?
Let us say that the Meso terminal does indeed contain a second domain, and that Calyx himself resides there. This city, on the other hand, exists here in the source. That being the case, I thought perhaps we could prevent his remote interference by closing the gate to the Golden City, and thus severing the connection between worlds.
Except I tried to close it once already when I visited Living Memory. The process required administrative authorization, a restriction I assumed at the time had been imposed by the Queen.
But now you think Calyx might be responsible.
Just as I suspected. Even now, security transmissions from throughout the Keep are being tapped by the core system and routed elsewhere. Almost every single one has you as its focus. He's keeping track of the keyholder's movements.
Time's up. And what a waste of time it's been. Hoping to find me by tracing security data? That will not be necessary. Through a not inconsiderable effort, I've taken your measure and prepared a force sufficient to subdue you. Come. I invite you to the upper reaches of the Meso terminal. The storage device which holds my memories is there. Break the memory bank and victory is yours. I, in turn, will seek to wrest the key from you with any and every means at my disposal.
And if we refuse this invitation?
I will wait and continue to convert Alexandrians into Endless. Consider the urgency of the situation and make the wiser choice.
Answer me one question, Calyx. The Endless Fiend. When she was queen, you had her face an impossible task, then manipulated her into using the key when she was at her most desperate. If you can do all that, then why not whisk it away when her plans went to ruin? Why let it fall into our hands?
You pour salt in the wound. That disaster was a miscalculation on my part. As her end drew near, Spheen and her restructured memories had become one with the terminal's control systems. In that singular place, in that singular moment, she wielded an authority greater than mine. Thus she was able to shield you, the neighboring sovereign to whom she entrusted her nation's future, and the hero to whom she entrusted that priceless key. I am unsure to what degree she perceived my presence, but she knew that someone was watching. Does that satisfy your curiosity?
So even he didn't have full control of the digital queen's feed. Interesting.
It does. And I'm satisfied that you will take nothing more from this nation. Not one more life, not one more future, not one single smile from another child's face. You hear me? Sorry for losing my temper, but there's only one way we can deal with people like Calyx.
Pardon me.
Whatever grand future he envisions, someone will be made to pay the price. And I won't let that happen.
I'm with you. Let's plan our next move. He's wrong if he thinks he's taken our measure. He's wrong if he thinks he's taken our measure. He's underestimating us. They usually do. My hand's falling asleep.
If I may, I realize it is not my place to say this. Even so, I must thank you both. On behalf of my other self, allow me to say how grateful I am to have you as our champions.
That's not nice. Do I need to separate you two again? Phew. Well, that was an adventure. It may not have been by the method Shale was hoping for, but at least now we know where to find Calyx and what we need to do next. Indeed, while I remain curious about Preservation's research into the key, that is an investigation for another day. Then let's head straight to the back room. We should get everyone on the same page before we make our move. Okay, I think I'm about to unlock the last dungeon. Damn that bastard Calyx. He waited until I was this close before snatching away my moment of triumph. And that infuriating, condescending way he spoke to us. We'll see whose time is up, you smug little weasel. Anyway, I know things didn't go as planned, but we learned a great deal about Preservation. That knowledge could come in handy in the days to come. Though I may not be able to contribute much to a direct confrontation, I mean to see this through, with you all, providing whatever support I can. Jolty, we've briefed Erinville on everything that has happened and sent word to the others. We've now but to consider what our next actions will be. Ow. I'm not gonna have enough room if they're giving me all 3 of those. Calyx has offered you the opportunity to confront him directly. And though it feels much like striding face first into an ambush, we have little choice if we are to destroy the memories he supposedly has stored in the upper reaches of the Meso-Terminal, then that is where we must go. While I'm still upset at being deprived of my moment, I nevertheless did my due diligence. I can confirm that the relay we found was indeed transmitting surveillance data to a service somewhere in living memory. Hi! So we have to go to living memory now? Are you saying hello to everybody? When you go to fight Calyx, pray let me fight alongside you. Let me fight for the memory of Otis and Zelenia, and for the other Sphene I may have become, but most importantly for my beloved kingdom and a joyful tomorrow. It has always been your fight as much as ours, if not more. Of course, but no reckless heroics. If things take a grim turn, I'll keep you safe. It's always been your fight as much as ours. And these are your people. Thank you for understanding what this means to me. I'll be coming with you as well. You know my reasons. It hardly needs saying, but your fellow scions also have every intention of accompanying you into battle. So adamant were Alizé and the others on this point that they have already left for living memory. I am more than ready to do the same. Yay! Yay! I'll keep patrolling the streets for signs of trouble, especially from anyone wearing neo-regulators. Should you need anything from me, I'll be on standby here in the back room. I really want to go with you too, but I know I can't. I know that sometimes you have to be patient and trust in your friends. Aw, he's so smart. Oh, Jolteon, Kryle and I think that we should talk to Gosan before we leave for living memory. Under Calyx's direction, preservation has helped shape Alexandria's society for centuries. Taking him down will have serious consequences, and we need to warn the officials in charge about what we intend. Justifications aside, we shall be acting against the wishes of all who desire to become endless. Exactly. We don't know if Gosan will approve or oppose our chosen course. But either way, leaving without a word is the wrong thing to do. Come, we should be on our way. Resolution first, yes? Be safe, everyone. We'll see you when it's over. They still need to release the last set of the battle tower. They haven't released that yet. Meow? Yeah, the battle tower. They've only released the first 8 floors. They haven't released the last 4. Tower. Oh, no. Tower as in tower. The Beast Tamer class? Yeah, it's supposed to be similar to Blue Mage. Well, considering instead of harnessing their abilities, you're actually going to harness the actual creatures themselves. They still need to release the next part of the Manderville questline as well. Okay, bye, Izzy. Yeah, that's Isaiah to Benjamin. Yawn. Kevin! Kevin, you better not have fallen asleep, sir. Kevin! Kev! Hey, Kev! Kev! He's supposed to help me with this dungeon if he fell asleep. I'm gonna have a problem.
I see. A difficult situation. In the absence of an official sovereign, I agree that it is not Preservation's place to dictate the future of our nation. However, I also cannot simply take a side and declare my support for your efforts to defeat Calyx.
Is that because of the new regulator you wear?
I've yet to register it. I find myself caught between the fear of dying and the desire to carry out the duties of governance.
Cutscene.
My greatest concern is how we shall stem this ever-increasing terror of mortality when becoming endless is no longer an option.
Cutscene! Sovereign! Cutscene! I'ma kick your butt. Cutscene.
And that's to say nothing of the recent slaughter committed by our own soldiers. The fact that such violence was perpetrated for the very purpose of creating Endless will, paradoxically, make it more difficult to endorse your chosen course. It may not seem logical, but for those who lost friends and family in the attacks, halting the creation process altogether would render the deaths of their loved ones utterly meaningless. Is it not cruel to rob them of what little solace they could claim, when we have only just learned what it is to mourn? Tell me, how are we meant to overcome such tragedies?
I thought maybe you fell asleep. Oh. Oh yeah, you had to go get Ashley. I didn't even hear you say you were going to go get her. I just realized it says 8:30. Oh, I did hear you say something about Chef Kawasaki fan. Or Maine. You said Maine.
We stop begging others to teach us for a start. For the longest time, we've been protected by Queen Sphene and the systems put in place by our forebears. The hardships and responsibilities of life were distant things, and we felt entitled to our comforts, even as we barely noticed those who risked everything to keep us sheltered. But no more. From now on, we need to learn on our own. How to live with the promise of death. How to endure the pain of loss. We may never learn to love such things, but we may learn to survive them. The people beyond the barrier, even the Alexandrians of old, they've all had to live with these fears. There's no reason we can't do it too.
What are you all doing here?
Malachite called us in, and the Oblivion members briefed us on the current crisis. You don't stand idly by while your house burns down. We came together and thought about how we could help.
Long story short, we've decided to join the fight alongside Oblivion. I say fight, but we're well aware of how little you be in actual combat.
A battle of ideas, on the other hand. Now that we might be qualified to do something about. We'll talk to our neighbors and do our best to quell their fears. Convince them to make the most of this life and enjoy all it has to offer. Perhaps that will help to ease your burden.
It certainly will. Even if a few are assuaged by your words, it will make things easier.
Those who have already registered will be difficult to sway, but there are still many who waver. Those are the ones we'll concentrate on.
Gossen, if you truly care for the people of Alexandria, then now's the time to start thinking of ways to prevent more deaths.
Were I to become endless at the expense of my countrymen's lives, I would regret it for the rest of my existence. Forgive my weakness. When the people have lost their way, it falls to the government to support and guide them. Alexandria can rise above this sorrow and find its way forward once more. Is that not so, Your Majesty?
Indeed it is.
No, that wasn't... what I meant to say was...
Calm down, Sphene.
Amity, you used her name.
The perfect resemblance to our beloved Queen Sphene has not escaped our notice. Yet we also understand that you are not her. Having to live in secret, unable to share who you really are, that must have been hard on you. When you come back, please tell us all about yourself. I imagine yours is a rather outlandish story, but we're eager to hear it all the same. You're one of us, an Alexandrian. and we don't abandon our own.
I promise to return. And when I do, I look forward to speaking with you all.
That kid smokes way too much weed.
Everyone was so warm and welcoming. Alexandrians are, as ever, a stalwart people. How glad I am to be home. Thank you, Gusan. That decision must have been difficult to make. If only I could claim the courage to do so. If only I could claim the courage to do so came from within. The final push came from Alexandrian citizens and their bravery in taking the first step towards change. Speaking of which, can I ask you to lock that neo-regulator away where no one can get to it? That should prevent the registrations from reaching the target number. I should be glad to do so, but I fear it would be to no avail. According to our most recent surveys, the number of neo-regulators in circulation exceeds the stated 5,000. I surmise the surplus units are to account for those like myself who have had a change of heart or are otherwise hesitant to register. Ah, that does sound like something Calyx would do. Well, we'll have to face him either way, so no point in delaying the inevitable. On to living memory! Or are they automatically taking me there?
Things seem much the same.
So listen, you have nothing more to fear than any other normal day. Deep breaths. We'll get through this.
You'd be telling them much the same if you were here. I suppose it falls to me now.
Okay, what is in my inventory? Okay, so I have 5 that I could put away. Where's... Okay, I gotta drop off these, yeah, materia real quick, and then I'm on my way to... Is it this one? There we go. Now if they give me all 3, I'm fine. Okay. So we need to go to... We need to go to Heritage Found? Yeah. What? No, this is supposed to be... Living memory. I went to the wrong place. There we go. Wait, what's... Oh, there's Gemstone Trader here. Go figure. Okay, before we go unlocking the next dungeon, I have to go potty real quick. I'll be right back.
Never takes a breath. He's always puffing on weed. Gonna have brain cancer or lung cancer. Oh.
Immediately after I'm done going potty, he shoves his head into the sink. Bob, turn it on. I need water.
What? bug in the briar, so that's
You usually make dinner around 10, so.
well, it's gonna take me an hour to make dinner.
Okay. Okay. I'm back. I needed to grab some juice and turn the water on for the cat and feed the dog. Apparently she ate all her food, which is unusual because she never eats her dog food. I shouldn't say never. She rarely eats her dog food. Considering how full it was, wondering if the cat didn't eat it. Which I suppose is possible, but he usually just eats his food. He doesn't usually eat the dog food. I mean, he'll eat a bit here and there if nobody's in the bedroom to feed him. Because he's a social eater, he'll only eat if somebody's in there petting him. Otherwise, he won't eat. Ah, 'tis good to see our comrades hale and girded for battle. As for us, we've been ahead to inspect the lay of the land. There were no changes of note, aside from with the Meso Terminal itself. Why, what's happened to the Meso Terminal? The wall has receded to provide a convenient entrance into the structure's interior. There was no such ingress when last we were here, so we must assume that Calyx has since manipulated the terminal's electrobe, all to facilitate his most gracious invitation to the upper levels. An invitation I am eager to accept. For the sake of all who love Alexandria, I will not yield nor leave them to despair. Okay, they're having me pick one, which is fine. I usually go with aim. Or is it I? I don't know. Proceed to the Meso Terminal. Kevin? Are you even in Lamia? I believe I'm on my way to unlock it now. I'm going down the winding path to get there. Well, here we are again, facing another battle to decide Alexandria's fate. For 4 centuries I slept here. Upon awakening, I found the world as I knew it had changed. I was so frightened at first. I couldn't recognize a single thing. I thought everything I loved had gone to dust. Yet beneath the unfamiliar surface, much remained the same. For that, I give thanks to Otis and Zelenia and their royal knights who lay their lives on the line to defend our way of life. I thank every Alexandrian who believed in our future and passed on our legacy. I thank my other self who so loved this kingdom of ours. And I thank you all for kindling this hope in my heart. this courage to take up arms and fight once more. So let us make our stand together and fight for what we hold dear. The kind and gentle Queen Sveen was too weak to serve her people, and so she will serve them no more. Freed from conscience, I shall become a ruler that can protect Alexandria, a devourer of worlds. Together we stand, together we fight. We will rise to the challenge that the endless fiend could not. That we shall. Her wish to see Alexandria endure is one I am happy to fulfill. Let's head inside and finish this. In the upper reaches of this terminal awaits the device which holds Calix's memories. It falls to us to make the climb and destroy it once and for all. Aye, we must bring matters to a definitive end. We will not suffer him to cause Alexandria further harm, nor claim the key. The Queen entrusted it to Jolty for good reason, and besides, 'twould be a tragedy indeed to relinquish a relic with so much research potential. Yeah, I turned it on so he could drink. That's fine, you can shut it off. He just seemed really thirsty, so I turned it on so he could drink. I was gonna turn it off next time I got up, or figured you would next time you got up. Apparently Calix thinks he's taken your measure. I urge you to correct that misguided assumption. I wholeheartedly concur, yet would still counsel caution that he would be so bold as to extend us an invitation. He speaks tremendous confidence in his preparations. Come, friends, we set forth into the midst of dreaming endless. The Meso terminal now accessible. Alright. Oh. Oh, I love how it sings the Good King Moogle. That is an interesting outfit. Is that the physical DPS outfit? For... Ah, okay. I'm wearing the whole outfit from the second set in the tower. Yeah. I guess since I'm the leader, I'll queue us up. I still haven't completed what I needed to complete to unlock Expert. Miso Terminal. Alright. I find it funny that the music gets louder when you're actually moving around, and it like quiets down if you sit still. But it's like that with all the mounts. All the mounts have music to them, and all the mounts get quiet if you're not moving, and then they get louder if you start moving around. You never noticed that? Well, now you'll notice it every time you use it. Well, we've already got our full DPS crew. We just need a healer and a tank. Dang it, Izzy! He could have healed for us. But he wants to be at so-called work. Hi, baby. Do you feel better now that you've had a good drink? Do you want some mango juice? While Mommy's waiting on a queue? This right here is proof that he likes mangoes. He's literally drinking from the lid of the mango juice on camera. Yeah. He's so happy. Is he mangoes? Is he mangoes? Yeah. Dude, he drank like 2 capfuls yesterday. Because it had been months since I had gotten mango juice. He's so happy right now. He keeps going back for more. He's still drinking the same capful. I told you guys, his cat is obsessed with mangoes. I've gotten him a couple times drinking mango juice on camera. Not this much, though. He almost finished the entire capful, but he didn't quite finish it. You done? Okay. Now he's sitting over by the front door cleaning himself. Are you a happy boy? Did you get some mango juice? Oh, goodness. Was it yummy? Yeah? This is why I like the Halloween ones. Because the Halloween ones, you can actually listen to the Halloween music when you summon them. There's 2 Halloween mounts. There's this one. It has 2 things that you can do. And then the other The other Halloween one is this one. And this one does that. It makes a little picture on the ground. This was the first one they gave us. The first Halloween mount they gave us. This one was, I want to say, 4 years ago? Maybe it was only 3 years ago. This year we got a mount. Last year was the devil outfit. I think the year before that was the clown outfit? No, it was the plague doctor outfit. And the year before that was the clown outfit. And the year before that was this mount. So yeah, 5 years ago. So I've actually been playing this for more than 5 years. I've been playing this for about 7 or 8 years, I think. I should look and see when the first episode was made. Yeah, it's upside down. My phone. Yes, in order to look at my phone, I have to take my glasses off. My glasses are sitting on top of my head at this exact moment because I went to go look and see if I could find out when my first episode was made. If I look in my playlist, will it tell me when the first one was made? Probably not. Yeah, I can tell this to play all, starting with the streamed 8 years ago was my first episode. And it was around April when I started. My first video actually has 28 views. I'm surprised. I didn't think I had that many. My Digimon videos all have at least more than 10 people watching them. My Neo 2 that I did for Halloween, the first one has 25 views. 25 people wanted to see me suffer. Wow. The 10th episode of Digimon Story Time Strangers has 33 views. 9 has 24. 7 has 28. 6 has 51 views! Holy cow! I didn't expect it to reach 50 views. Number 3 has 33 views. Final Fantasy episode 500 has 54 views. What was I doing on that one? That one's got a lot of views. And the picture I picked for the thumbnail is actually very sparkly. He's shiny. Episode 497 has 41 views. Oh, that one I was running the Sildin Subterrane. Oh my god. Honey Loves His My Little Pony has 82 views. I took a video of my cat playing with his My Little Pony toy. It's got 82. It's got 82 views. It's my most viewed video. Oh my goodness. I've never had one reach that many views. Not even Pikachu playing with her laughing pill has that one only has 17. Honey liking the needs a face magnet only has 3 views. Honeycat is cute. It's got 40 though. I was videoing my cat in the cat tree and he was being very cute. He was like rolling around upside down and stuff. He was being cute. The recording of me trying sake for the first time has 36 views. That was 9 years ago. I'd never tried it before. I was at a restaurant and turns out they had some. There's gonna be a video of me talking about my videos. Yeah. I mean... Oop, there we go. Whee! Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what Sovereign was saying. Wow. Hey, look, a bunny. It's a bunny.
Ah, you've come. I'll begin by wearing you down.
Know why he thought we wouldn't come. Yeah, they're gonna pull. Get it, honey! Now he's wigging out. He had his mango juice, he's cleaned himself, and now he's wigging out. Right. Oh.
I've created new endless for you. Not all are warriors, but they will follow orders. Kill and survive and so forth. Here, I shall prepare the stage for battle. the memories of a physician. One who saves lives should be reluctant to die.
Oh dear, what do we do with that? Oh, okay. What are we supposed to do with that? There's a healer standing in it. Well, it said one or more people. Well, the healer... Okay. I thought maybe since the healer stood in one, somebody else was supposed to stand in the other one. I still got pushed back. I'm literally just following everything everybody else is doing, but... Okay, that worked. Ow. Hello, viewers. Ow. Well, that sucked. Ah!
Oh, you've overburdened the system.
Oh.
No matter. It served its purpose.
At least I was able to res them, so they didn't have to go all the way back to the beginning. Because Jolty has swift cast res on her bar, like a good little summoner. I know Izzy seems to think summoner is trash, but... I'll go ahead and take it. It's like, I've main summoner since I started the game. Did I not? I didn't. I thought I did. I mean, I got through the first one and I didn't die. You didn't die either, did you? We actually got through the first fight without dying, either of us. So, that's a positive. I know, right? Get to the last boss and die 20 times. You made it worse. You said 80. I only said 20.
I need not compel them to fight.
It'll be 80 our luck. The only one of the summons that actually makes you sit still for the summoning process is freaking Ifrit. You gotta stand there for a minute to summon him, and then you gotta stand there for a minute to pop off his abilities.
These are loyal executioners. They shall deal appropriately with criminals.
Oh dear.
Your sentence is death. How long can you defy it?
Wait, what? Ow.
Criminals may run, but they cannot escape.
Wait, what? What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to attack the one that has us shackled? Ow, I died. Are we... That! Now I'm chained. Are we not supposed to hit... Everybody else is hitting the ones that's targeting them. What the hell? Am I not targeting the right... Ugh. It's okay, because I died too. Well, I got the bracelet. Yeah, because the healer rezzed you. Yeah, for a split moment, you're not being held. But then he eventually, yeah. I cannot see what's going on. This is annoying. Ow! There's too much going on, I can't see. Yeah, he's got a Phoenix down. He's popping it on somebody. That would make sense. And then she can res everybody else. Oh, the tank got pulled over to me. So one of the guys is dead. She rezzed you first. Oh my goodness. There's so much going on. Okay. I really cannot see what's going on. Oh, come on! I thought I did right. Okay. Ow. Ah! I think I figured it out and then I don't. This isn't even the final boss! I jinxed it because I I said we didn't die on that last one. Okay. Okay.
Good. I bid you continue on.
Okay. Well, I guess we made it through. Okay. I don't know if the bracelet I picked up is even better than the one I got from the raid. Are we stopping here? Okay. Garuda for AoEs. Crowd control. This is ground control to major fire. Okay, sorry. It doesn't take much to set Jolty off. Whoa! Okay, well if I died at least 20 times to that last boss, you might be right. We might be gonna die about 80 times on this, on the last boss.
The enemy is at the gate. To arms, good soldiers, protect your kingdom.
Get it, honey. Get it. Kevin, did you hear me? Oh, I said if we died 20 times to that last guy, we may die 80 times to the next one. Okay, I wasn't sure if my mic was working right. One of my friends asked for my address and said they were gonna buy me a new headset. I was like, I mean, if that's what you want to do, go for it, but it might not be the headset, it might be my controller. Honey. Oh, I guess I didn't use it once. I thought I had. Oh boy.
Very well. If one by one they fall, I'll send them all as one. Recall the anguish you felt when you faced death, and rise. Rise to defend your nation, your people, and your loved ones.
Oh dear.
Rise and meet the foe before you.
Oh dear. Oh. Oh wow. It's very shiny and sparkly.
To see how it fares.
I can only imagine what this is going to be like on Extreme.
It is the midst of the storm surge. Countless lives are lost in the senseless conflict. War scales in scope and intensity.
Oh dear, what is that? I don't like it. Okay, I'm over by the healer. She seems to know what she's doing.
Down without pause or mercy.
Oh dear. Ah! Okay.
The spark of life is dimmed with every blinding flash.
Wait, we're fighting people he's already turned into endless. Ow!
Death is everywhere, pillaging the promise of the future.
Oh god, I just came back! I literally just came back. Ah! I was following the healer! She got to safety, but I didn't quite make it. And it... Okay. That's because I didn't get healed after she resurrected me. See, this thing is killing people. It's like using some of the souls, and then when it does the attack, it kills them. I should have waited. I got pushed off the edge. I thought that was an AoE that was gonna injure me, so I ran away from it and stood on like the edge of it, and it knocked me off. This poor healer, I feel bad for her. She's constantly having to resurrect both you and me. Oh my god! What the heck? The healer almost didn't get out of that. Ugh! I cannot win for the life of me. I keep running in the wrong direction, apparently. Okay, I'm not gonna stack on that because I will die if I do. So when he spits out the peoples, you need to run to the edge. Okay. No! I didn't... I really don't understand. I ran to the edge and he still got me. I'm completely confused. Okay, I didn't fall off that time, but then I got hit by that because I couldn't get away. I'm gonna just lay on the floor. I mean, Sop was not wrong. It was a hard fight. I could not understand the mechanics on that at all. I thought I got it, and then, yeah, it said, nope. You ain't figured this out. I'm gonna give it to the healer. Well, she's the only one left. So, I gave it to the healer. She did a good job. She showered us with praise even though we died a million times. Yeah. Take this pity confetti.
Sphene?
The Endless he sent against us. They were from the time of the storm surge, before I was placed into stasis.
As far as we know, The only sector to escape the shutdown was the one containing Calix's memories. Assuming a chronological system, every other memory stored in that sector would belong to people who lived around the same period in history as he did.
Calix, how long have you pursued this madness?
We seem to have exhausted his defenses for the moment. I say we take advantage of this lull to press on.
Maybe he was tired of being an endless himself. Maybe he was bored and...
Calix!
I don't know. He's waiting for somebody to defeat him?
Well done. I commend your perseverance. The entirety of my memories are stored within this device. In the early stages of Endless Creation, we established several core tenets. One is a prohibition on memory duplication. Despite the inherent risks, I agree and abide by this. Memories are the essence of the self, and should not be diluted. We each have our goals. You seek to destroy your target. I seek to reclaim the key. Shall we forego the posturing and begin?
Meow? Oh, wait. We're gonna have to fight him now.
Do not doubt that we are here to fight, and I do not mean to lose. Yet, as one born of the same era, I must ask, why do you pursue your evolution with such fervor? What do you hope to achieve with this eternal existence?
Your question is meaningless. I have ascertained a superior path to mankind's preservation, and that which must be done is that which I can do. What other reason do I require? Surely you have seen it. Traditional survival strategies are at odds with an increasingly complex society, leading to a breakdown of order. This course promises no liberation from pointless conflicts or inane tragedies. Physical traits do not represent the limit of our potential. Why then should we relinquish that potential when our hearts cease to beat? I realized it was past time that we corrected our heading. Nothing more.
Even then, you were always so single-minded. I too have a vision for the future, and your plan is not a part of it. I won't let you harm another Alexandrian.
Then fight we must. Thankfully, the entity I now summon will make short work of you and your comrades.
A summoning.
What now? What was that? A chill? No, something else. I feel so cold. So weak.
Across Alexandria, a certain emotion is taking hold. The fear of death terror for the eternal darkness that will, without fail, engulf the lives of every living thing. Allow me to introduce it to you.
I got it! I got one! $4,999! That's how many people he said they were up to! I made it just in time. Now to register. Death can't touch me now. I'm free of all that crushing fear. Forever.
What? Not really.
Congratulations to all who have acquired a Neo-Regulator. We have reached our total of 5,000 registered users. The day of deliverance you were promised will soon be upon us.
Oh, give it back! I don't want to die. I don't want to die. You think that's what I want?
Oh, that poor Lalafell.
Remember now. Remember your fear of dying. That terror will carry you across the threshold, make of you an endless. Your prayers will birth a miracle which commands death itself.
What in the...
I know, right? Even he realizes something's wrong. Oh, he didn't run. He's still standing there confused. The girl ran. Hi, baby. Yeah? Are you gonna tell me?
Securing the requisite ether is simple. I need only reroute lightning energy from living memory.
Okay, as soon as I finish this cutscene, before we do the next
the populace to define its form
dungeon, I'll come get my food.
And thought and prayer. Such an abstract method, however, is rife with unpredictable elements. What I wanted was an entity that could defeat you with utmost certainty. To that end, I set strict parameters for a concept of my own design. It was a laborious task, one that required almost more time than I had, but I managed it in the end. And now, everything is in readiness. I bid you, come forth.
Oh dear.
What is that?
recognize that thing.
A primal summoning, and one defined by a concept, no less. How did he learn such techniques? Keep these close.
Ah! I remember those.
False deity, brought into being through the prayers of the desperate and the hopeful. The talismans will protect your minds from being enthralled.
Do you still mean to stand against me?
Of course. I mean, to win, the key will never be yours. You have much to answer for. I'm gonna win! You ain't getting this key. It was entrusted to me for a reason.
That remains to be
So
seen.
sure of himself. That thing looks familiar. What do I know that from? Sephiroth? Did you say Sephiroth? Sephiroth! No, it's not Sephiroth. We already fought Sephiroth in one of them. Okay, I have to... Oh, honey. Did you come to sit with Mama again? Mama's gotta go get food. Mama's gotta go get food. Ow! Don't bite me. Get down. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Oh, how long have I been streaming? 3 hours? Oh my goodness. Oh shoot. Are you up for taking this thing down, Kevin, or should we do it next time? Because you're down to do it next time? Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we can recruit Izzy to help us on Friday. If Mark ain't down to do the deep dungeon. Okay. So next week, if we have enough energy, we'll take this guy on and finish the story up. Alright, stay crazy, have a great day, night, evening, morning, whatever it is when you're watching this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notifications when I'm streaming. Check out the website in the description. My buddy Shio did a great job. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye! It helps if I end the episode.